Here are 4 things that make it more difficult to hear God's voice. Number 1 is bad theology. How you view God affects your ability to discern his voice. For instance, if you believe that God doesn't speak to his children, then whenever he does speak, you're going to ignore him. Or if you believe that God only speaks to certain people, then whenever he tries to speak to you, you'll doubt him. What you believe about God and his character affects how you perceive him, which then affects your ability to hear his voice. Number 2 is a carnal mindset and spiritual immaturity. 1 Corinthians 2:14 says, "But a natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, and he cannot understand them because they are spiritually discerned." The more that you think like Christ and are conformed to his character, the easier it will be to hear his voice. Consequently, the less that you are like him and the less you think like him, the harder it will be to hear his voice. Number 3 is a lack of submission to the truth. Oftentimes, it's not that God is a speaker and that you're having trouble hearing his voice, it's just you don't want to hear what he actually has to say. Because you don't want to hear what he actually has to say, because you refuse to submit to the truth, it is quote unquote difficult to hear his voice. And number 4 is sin. Continuous unrepentant sin hardens your heart, and a hardened heart has a very difficult time receiving from God. And with a hardened heart, not only will you have a hard time hearing God's voice, you have a difficult time understanding God's word, feeling conviction, and you'll have a lack of sensitivity to unrighteousness. So if you find yourself having a difficult time hearing God's voice as of late, consider these things. I hope that this helped and that the Spirit of God speaks to those he needs to speak to. If you want more content like this, go and drop a sub or a follow. And if you want to hear more teachings from me that are outside of short form content, I would recommend showing my Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.